Hey there, Aries, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your reading. This is going to be a mid-month reading from December 15th through December 31st. We're going to take a look at your past, present, and near future energies, as well as any energies the universe would like for you to keep in mind, Aries. All right, Aries, the main energy that you're going to be dealing with for the mid-month of December all the way through the end of December is the Two of Swords. There's some confusion here, and this confusion is causing you to be very closed off to something or someone. In the recent past, you get the Three of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Star. You have a desire to reconcile here with somebody. You want to heal the connection between the two of you. You want to get back together to a place where you and this person can feel good in each other's company. And this is a really, really deep desire that's showing up for you in the recent past. Now, in the current situation, you get the Moon, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. There's something that you're not seeing here in the current situation, but what is really interesting is that you have a lot of overthinking showing up here in the current situation for you. Maybe you don't even realize just how much you're thinking about the situation, but you're overthinking it so much to the point where you're stuck. You can't stop thinking about it. It's like it's on a loop in your head. And it's just like it keeps playing over and over and over again. But I don't know if you even realize how much mental capacity you're devoting to this in the current situation. Now, in the near future, you get the Three of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Page of Cups. You may be dealing with a Taurus for some of you, or this may just be like some of you that have a really, really intense connection. Like it feels like a marriage, but it's not a marriage for some of you. You're waiting for something to happen. Now, you're waiting for this person to open up, or you're waiting for the right time for you to open up. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see what this is about. This is very not typical. You have one Wands. You're a fire sign. You only have one card with Wands here. Let's see. Let's take a look at this Three of Cups in your recent past. Three of Cups is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Two of Wands. Somebody here, and I feel like it's you, wants to reconcile in the recent past. But the problem is they're also very, very conflicted about it, because in the 3D world, this connection is showing up as dead, done, and over with. So this person's like, I want to reconcile. I want to get back together, but we broke up and we're separated and we're done. Like there's no way we're going to get back together. And so even though they have this desire, I don't see them acting on it. With the Two of Wands, they're just waiting. They're waiting for the right time. Maybe they're waiting to feel guided to do this, but they have the desire, but I don't see them actually taking any action in the recent past towards making this desire happen. Let's take a look at the Four of Swords in the recent past. There you are, Aries. Four of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Emperor, and the Sun. You're taking a break. You're taking a breather. In the recent past, I feel like this whole situation, possibly this reconciliation or the connection with this person, it was weighing on you. It was a little bit too hard for you. And you're like, hey, I'm kind of losing myself in this. I don't like it. So you're taking a step back, or you took a step back in the recent past, and you're really focusing on yourself, your stability, your good energy, what makes you happy. Almost a little bit like you're putting whatever is bothering you on the back burner and focusing on yourself to make sure that you're good and you're happy and you feel energetically stable, which is a great, great energy to have. Let's take a look at the Star in your recent past. I feel like this desire didn't go away, but you did take a breather from it. Okay, all right. Give me one more for the Star in the recent past. All right. Star is clarified by the Hangman, the Six of Wands, and the Tower. As you took a breather, as you took a step back in the recent past, usually when we stop fixating and focusing on something, that's when the best ideas come to us. And so after you took this breather and break in the recent past, what happens is you all of a sudden gained a new perspective and a new understanding as to how you can achieve what you want in this situation. And it kind of comes out of nowhere. You took a breather and you're like, how do I fix this? How do I make this connection come back? What do I do? And then all of a sudden the universe is like, oh, okay, you're in the right mind space. Bam. Out of nowhere, it hits you like, oh, this is what I can do to get what I want. This is how I can feel good about this situation. So it's a really cool energy to have. Very nice. Let's take a look at the Moon in your current situation. The Moon is clarified by the Seven of Cups, excuse me, the Three of Cups, which you got in the same row in the recent past, and the Queen of Wands. There's confusion showing up here for you. In the current situation, you want this. You want to reconcile. You look at this person and they're what you want. Like, you want to be with this person. They're all that in a bag of chips. You're super attracted to them. You're super passionate about them. But I feel like there's a little bit of confusion about how to make it happen. How can I get this person to see things from my perspective? It's almost like you know what you want, you know how to do it, but you don't know if you're going to be able to sway the other person to see things from how you see it. Maybe it's because you guys had an argument and you're like, hey, you know, even after I think about this, I'm still right. But the other person doesn't see it that way. And so you're having a bit of a hard time figuring out, like, how can I get this person to see things my way? And it's not coming from like a stubborn place. It's coming more so from a place of like, I've given this thought, but I still see things my way being the right way type of energy. Let's take a look at the Nine of Swords in your current situation. Nine of Swords is clarified by the Three of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and Hierophant. You get the Hierophant again in the same row in the near future. You have a lot of repetitive cards. Okay. I feel like what you're overthinking here, or what you're most afraid of in the current situation, is heartbreak when it comes to this connection. This person has been in your life for quite some time. It feels like, again, some of you have been married, or for some of you this has just been a very stable connection that's been with you for quite some time. I feel like as you're going about this, as you're going through this and you're like, okay, I want this person back, I want to reconcile, there's some fear of heartbreak showing up for you here. You're really, really afraid of getting hurt, getting rejected, or possibly even experiencing the pain that happened in the past, because there is a painful separation that happened here in the past. And I see you in the current situation wanting this, but really, really being afraid about getting hurt, or having this person hurt you again, or you feeling pain as a result of this connection, right? Take it as it resonates. Let's take a look at the Eight of Swords in your current situation. Eight of Swords is clarified by the Three of Wands, the Chariot, and the King of Swords. Okay. I feel like, again, you're taking a break. You're taking another break. There's a lot of pausing going on here for you, Aries. It's like, let me take a minute, let me breathe. Oh, enlightenment, or like I get an answer. And then, oh, I want this. Let me take another break. Oh, and then you move in the right direction. So in the current situation, I feel like you're like, okay, I've overthought this enough. I've devoted enough mental energy to this. I'm going to take a breather. I'm just going to wait for the time that feels right to me. And as you do that, as you take that step back and just wait again, bam, the universe is like, oh, you're in the right mind space. Here you go. They send you the energy to move forward. It's like the universe is holding your hand and guiding you in the right direction. And you're showing up under the King of Swords energy, which is very determined energy and very, very clear too. It's like you have a plan laid out. You know what you want. You know how you're going to get it. You're very confident and you're very determined to make it happen. Let's take a look at the Three of Wands in your near future, because you got the Three of Wands right now in the current situation, tied up to having the game plan that you want. Wow. In the near future for the Three of Wands, you get the Empress, the Two of Cups, and the Five of Cups. You're waiting for this person's immensely beautiful connection to come back into your life. You look at this person and you're like, you are all that in a bag of chips. Like, hello, I want you. And you feel a very strong connection to this person. And I see you kind of like waiting for this person to come back, but also waiting to work through whatever pain you still have tied up to this connection. Like I said, in the current situation, you're afraid of being hurt. In the near future, I see you still holding on to some anger or resentment tied up to what happened between the two of you in the past. It could be that they wronged you, or that you wronged them, or that, you know, just as a breakup, pain comes along with the territory. I see you waiting for this person to come back in and for this connection to come back in. But in the meantime, you're not just waiting in vain, you know, watching paint dry or counting sheep. You're working on releasing the pain and the resentment and the anger that you have tied up to this person and this connection. Very beautiful. Let's take a look at the Hierophant in your near future. The Hierophant is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Death, and the Devil. You want to work on this connection, right? If you're dealing with a Taurus, this may be their energy. Somebody here in the near future wants to work on this connection. They want to work on healing the ending between the two of you, but they also want to work on what they view as toxic. They view something in this connection as being toxic. It could be that there was codependency, lack of communication, addiction, whatever the case may be. It's going to be different for each of you. In the near future, somebody's like, okay, I want to work on this, but these are the two main things that I want to focus on. I want to work on healing the toxic patterns that we had, and I want to work on healing from this ending, healing from whatever broke us up, healing from whatever caused us to break up in the first place. Very cool. Let's take a look at the Page of Cups in your near future. The Page of Cups is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. All right. I feel like somebody here they're telling themselves like, oh yeah, I'm emotionally invested in this. Oh yeah, I'm opening up. I'm expressing how I feel. I'm working on restoring balance. I'm working with you, Aries, to make things work, to make things heal. Somebody here, like I said, in the near future wants to work on healing the toxic patterns and healing whatever broke you two up. This other person is like, yes, I'm doing that. I'm opening up. I'm expressing how I feel. I'm, giving and getting equally. This person's full of shit, though, because they're lying to themselves. The reason this person is lying to themselves, they're not emotionally invested in this. They're emotionally detached from the situation. Now, it's not that they don't necessarily want this. It's that they're telling themselves, oh, yeah, I'm invested. Oh, yeah, I'm open. Oh, yeah, I'm giving to this. But they're not. They're not allowing their emotions to be part of it. Now, it could be that for some of you, they're just full of shit and their heart's not in it. They're just going through the motions. For others of you, they could be afraid of experiencing pain or experiencing heartbreak, right? And that's why they're not emotionally invested in this, or they're emotionally detaching themselves from this, and they're just trying to, go at it from a logical perspective. It's going to be different for each of you, but either way, somebody here in the near future is like, yeah, I'm invested, I'm working, I'm putting in the work, and they are on the surface. The emotional work, the heavy labor, they're not there yet. They're not emotionally invested in that regard. Let's take a look at what the universe would like for you to keep in mind for the last half of December, Aries. Okay. All right, Aries. From the universe, you get the Two of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Tower. You want this connection back. You want to bring this connection back. You have a lot of love and passion for this person. The foundation is not stable. What you're building right now, what you're trying to work towards with this person, it's not stable. And the reason this is not being built on a solid foundation is because somebody here is not allowing their emotions. They're not emotionally invested in this. You cannot have a loving connection. You cannot have a healthy connection if someone is just going through the motions and not emotionally investing in this connection. And I see somebody here emotionally detached from this, which is why even if you do get this connection back, even if you do build a connection that comes from a very loving place, even if one of you is completely open and fully committed to this, it's not going to have a solid foundation because the other person's not putting in the heavy labor. It's like one of you is doing 90% of the work. No, one of you is doing 100% of the emotional work, and the other person's just coming in and be like, hey, good job, I'm here. But they're not. Oof. Well, Aries, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. If it resonated, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you here for your reading next week. Bye, Aries.